Start now? Okay. Hi, welcome to the Masters in Curriculum and Instruction at the University of North Texas. My name is Dan Krutka. I'm the program facilitator for our program here, which really means that I'm here to support everyone who makes up our program. Students, faculty, and of course caffeine. We all need some caffeine from time to time during our degrees. In this video, I'll provide a brief overview of our program with particular attention to the culminating experience, the portfolio and oral comprehensive exam. Let's get started. If you're new to the program, welcome! Our program handbook is your instruction manual, survival guide, and terms of service for our program. So let's take a look at it. As you can see, this has all the information that you're really going to need for the program, but let me pop out and we'll go look at some specific stuff. So as I mentioned, the most important document you'll need in our program is the Master's Handbook. And so I'm going to kind of walk you through some of the handbook just to point you to some things that are important. I hope you appreciate our redesign here. So the table of contents are going to let you know the main sections in it. You have a welcome for all of you, the mission of the College of Education, the application process. So if you're learning more and I pointed you to this video, then you're going to want to go to page 5 to learn how to apply to the program. We have our program goals, which are very important. They're not just stated in here for fun. We'll go down and look at them. The program goals are actually going to be goals that you're going to try to master in the program. And then we have the program composition, which includes our core courses, specialization area, elective courses, and then the portfolio and comprehensive oral exam, which we'll discuss. Then there's a little bit of information about the advisor degree plan, enrollment requirements, support structures and networking, scholarships and financial aid, and additional contact information. So I'm going to skip past this welcome because I've already done that a little bit. Again, your two main contacts for this program are going to be me, and you can see my UNT email right there. If you have questions about the program in general, you should contact me. And then if you have questions, you should also CC Charlotte Baker. She's our senior administrative assistant and does incredible work for our program. We could not do it without her, and she really helps to file our degree plans and make sure we're doing everything right. She helps to coordinate a lot with the Toulouse Graduate School. So Charlotte is incredibly important to our program, so always make sure to say hi to her and appreciate her when you see her on campus. Okay, so you can see the mission of the College of Education, our department, and our vision, and so those things you find early here. And of course, some of these things may be updated over time. I can update this video at some point in the future, but if we just make minor changes to the program, I may not update the full video. You can see the application process here. All right, the program goals. There are 5 specific program goals, and you can see them. I'm not going to read through the more detailed parts, but the first one is to understand the relevance of research and theory to practice. The second, understand the major theories of curriculum and instruction, both within and beyond the state curriculum. Third, justify instructional decisions in terms of relevant research and theory, curriculum, and students' needs. 4, become agents of change in their school communities. And 5, gain expertise and assume roles that strengthen the profession through mentoring, curriculum development, professional development, study groups, and other means. So in short, when you finish your program, there's a hope that you can apply all these in meaningful ways. Again, we may revisit these program goals. There's a lot of change and great new faculty that have joined us at UNT, and so that's something to keep an eye on. But as you enter the program, that's our current goals as of spring of 2020. Here you can see our program composition. The first thing you're going to usually do is take 4 courses. You don't have to take courses in order, but these are 4 courses that everyone takes who gets a Master's in Curriculum and Instruction. So we're going to look at the 4 core courses. You're going to then take 4 specialization courses. You can either take these within the Teacher Education Administration Department, or you can take them outside of teacher education. If you take them within our program, they will for sure be online. If you take them outside of our program, then they may not. So for example, if you were interested in a social studies specialization, your specialization courses outside TE&A may be in the history department. And that's an example. But if you got one of the degrees that we specifically offer, for example, bilingual education, you would take those within the program. Two, you can also, if you take your courses within, you can take 2 elective courses in TNA, or you can take them outside. You have an option if you've already taken your specialization courses in. However, if you took your specialization courses in like the history department, you do have to come back and take your elective courses inside our college. The final part of the program is the portfolio and oral comprehensive exam. We offer this in the fall and the spring, so if you're graduating in one of those semesters, you should be signed up to take turn in a portfolio and take the oral comprehensive exam. Those are required for graduation. They're not currently part of a credit, but if you are graduating, for example, in the summer, then you need to take that in the spring semester before the summer. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait to the fall. We do not offer the oral comprehensive exam in the summer. So plan accordingly, make sure you sign up and you're prepared. You'll see deadlines later. Usually it's in the first third of the semester that you're going to complete the portfolio and oral comprehensive exam. As you can see here, it's 30 total hours of coursework. So here's those core courses I mentioned, starting right here at ECI 5130, Schooling in a Multicultural Society. And you see these are pretty consistent. That course is offered in the spring semester, as is the Advances in Teaching. And then we have the Curriculum Development and Research in Classroom Settings offered in the fall. We are working to offer more classes in the summer, so keep an eye on our course schedules. The specialization you choose. If you choose within the department, here's what we have offered. Here's bilingual education, and these are lots of the courses you can take. Currently, Daniel Hyman is our faculty advisor for that specialization. Diversity, currently Dan Hyman is also the faculty advisor for this one, and you can see possible courses here that you would take as your specialization. Early childhood education, our advisor is Dr. Tran Templeton. Educational leadership, there's a lot more detail here because you can also add a class to be certified, become a certified principal, and Dr. Linda Stromberg is our advisor here. English as a second language education, Dan Hyman again here. Literacy education is Dr. Carol Wickstrom. Mathematics education is Dr. Colleen Eddy. Those are the main ones we offer courses for. However, we do work on some other possibilities. We are trying to continue to add flexibility to the things you can specialize in. Dr. Lauren Usler, and sometimes I will assist here, will work with instructional technology, and so you would probably take courses outside our department over in the College of Information and Learning Technologies. And then social studies, Dr. Amanda Vickery and I both will help you if you want to get social studies, so you take your courses outside of the college and then your electives are in the college with us. So there's some notes here about the elective college and how you can find your courses, but a lot of this is pretty well set. Again, most of our courses, all our courses we offer and our masters are online. It doesn't mean you can't take a class on UNT's campus if you find something outside of our college that fits your program, and usually you will confer with your advisor on that. So let's talk about the portfolio and oral comprehensive exam. Comprehensive oral exam, it's listed here. I always say it the other way. So essentially the portfolio is going to be something that you're going to complete. Basically, you're going to create a website on a service we have called Foliotek, and it's going to include you going over the 5 goals, explaining how you met them in the program, showing 1 to 2 artifacts from your program that show how you met those goals, and then also synthesizing it. That's one of the big things we're really looking for is can you tell a story that brings all of that together? So you'll turn that in. Usually it's going to be, again, the first third of the semester, and then once you turn that in, you're going to have 3 scores from our college. I'm usually one of them, and then I'll have a couple other colleagues. We will read through your portfolio, and then we will give feedback, concerns, any issues we have, and then a week after you turn it in, you will defend your kind of oral comprehensive exam, and you will give us about a 12-minute talk that walks through your program. So you're trying to hit the high points and synthesize and explain how you meet those program goals. And the biggest advice I have for people is tell us a story. Think about what are the theories or pedagogies or ideas. Maybe it's something like culturally responsive teaching or critical race theory or constructivist theory. What are the things, the ideas that you're really using? Can you explain those out fully? What they mean for teaching, thinking about education, and how they'd affect your practice. And as you look through the 5 goals, try to incorporate the ideas from something that you've really gravitated to. Maybe it's in thinking more about how relational education is, which is prominent in a lot of feminist educational theories. So really think about what is it that brings together your program. When I've seen oral comprehensive exams and portfolios that I see is a little bit weaker, what they do is they have no synthesis component. They're just kind of going down the checklist and trying to answer questions. So if you can synthesize, then you'll do a little bit better on this. And so for the Foliotek, I really would like to explain this to you, but you know what? I've got somebody else who might do a better job than me. Alyssa, can you tell them about Foliotek? All right, okay, let's send you to Alyssa Strong. She is our expert in Foliotek here in the college.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Armstrong, and I am the Foliotek Administrator for the College of Education. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create an ePortfolio, share it, and then submit it to your reviewers. To create your ePortfolio, log into Foliotek from MyUNT and then click on the ePortfolio icon at the top or in the middle of the page. From there, you're going to click on the plus sign that says Create ePortfolio. This will bring you to the different template options. You can choose from the templates that are available, say Education Portfolio, or you can create a blank ePortfolio. Please make sure you name your ePortfolio. Once you've named it, you can click the check sign. This will create your ePortfolio. From there, you can save it. You can add pages. It's all on you. Click to add a page. You can name it whatever you need. You can change to copy from another ePortfolio if you've already created one, or an empty content page. That will create your second page. So you have your home page and then another page. You can add different gizmos to your ePortfolio. You can add images, videos, your Twitter account if you want to. You can add a Prezi. You can add different documents. You can also upload different files to your pages. In the design area, you can choose different background templates. Please make sure that it is something that is pleasing to the eye and not too busy on the page that will distract from the information that you are uploading. To save it, you just click the check mark, and then you can go back. You can close it and go back. You just click in the boxes to enter your content. You can change the name of your test page to anything you need to. So if you wanted it to be resume, you could, and then save it. Please make sure you go ahead and save often. That way your work is always there. To share your ePortfolio, go back to the ePortfolio page, and if you look next to it, you've got 4 different options. You can share privately, you can share in a community. No one in this course is in a community, so you'll either share privately or share publicly. Publicly is the easiest way. You click on that, you change it to the portfolio name that you want. Make sure you validate, because sometimes the name that you choose is not available. When it's available, then you can click to share your ePortfolio. At that point, it becomes public, and this is the URL for your portfolio. You can also share it in Facebook, LinkedIn, or Twitter. You can stop the share at any time. If you would like to share privately, you click on that link, and then you need to put in who you're sharing it with. So you type in their name, and then you put in their email. And then you choose when you would like to start sharing, and then you would choose when you would like to stop sharing. Once you've done that, you can add a personal message or not, and then you click to create the share. The share will stop at the date that you choose. So I'm going to share this publicly. Here is my link that's available that you can send on any website. Now we're going to go back in on the assessment side of Foliotek and submit the ePortfolio. This is what the assessment side looks like. When you're in this side, you're going to click on C&I qualifying exam. Please make sure you're in the curriculum and instruction portfolio. Most of you only have this portfolio. Once you click on that, here's the assignment, QE ePortfolio. I've already got a test one in here, but I'll show you how to upload. You're going to click Add File, Presentation Portfolio, then click Next, and then you're going to click on your portfolio and add it. Once you've done that, it's there, it's available for your instructors to see. There's no submit button in Foliotek, so you will need to request review to all of the reviewers that will be looking at your ePortfolio. There should be 3. So you will select the faculty member and click OK. That will send them an email to their UNT email account. Click Continue, and then you will choose the next faculty member. Select, click OK, click Continue. There's 2. Please make sure you do this for all 3 of your faculty members. And that is how you create your template, share it, and submit it in Foliotek.
Okay, thank you so much, Alyssa. That was very informational and helpful. I hope that helped all of you understand how to set it up. If you have any problems with Foliotek, you should contact Alyssa Strong. She's really here to help you. So if there's more details on the portfolio and oral competency exam, including the exam dates and exception requests or anything else, you are expected to attend the full morning of exams. And so when you come that day, it'll usually be about 4 hours is what I tell people. Each person's going to require about 15 minutes each, so we were able to do about 4 in an hour, so it depends how many we have. But approximate time is about 4 hours, so we usually start about 8:30, so you can guess we'll get done 12:30 or 1 o'clock on most oral comprehensive days. We try to move it along, but we really also want to be there and support each other. If you need any exceptions, then you will have to do that in writing early and beforehand, and we can certainly work with you. Basically, if you're within the metro, within driving distance, within a couple hours, we do expect you to show up in person. If you are a long distance student, then we do provide some accommodations in a different situation where you can zoom in for us the entire time. There's an expectation you are listening and paying attention and with us the entire time, just the same as anyone was here. And then there's a couple extra things you do because you're at a distance. So please contact us if you have any questions about that. And you know what? Let's go ahead and look at an example of a website that someone created for their portfolio, and then we'll also look at some slides. Okay, so let's look real quick at Zach Seitz's ePortfolio. Zach did this portfolio a couple semesters ago, and he's continued on in our doctoral program, so he's still a student here at UNT. And you can see this is kind of what his site looks like. He has a short little about me here. You know, some people do use these sites for job opportunities as they're finishing their masters. They use them to apply for jobs, and so something like this. And then you can see he has the 5 goals listed here, okay? So for me, one thing I look for when I look at Zach's is his explanation. Can he really explain out? And so you can see what he does is he takes some time. He has about 1, 2, 3, in a short paragraph, 3 to 4 paragraphs here. So he really gets into a little bit of detail and explains to him this first goal. Teacher understands the relevance of research and theory to practice. You should have plenty to write about on this. You should have completed a lot of assignments related to research and theory to practice. And so what he really did is went through and explained what was most meaningful to him. And I think if you think of your overall thesis, that's one of the things you can go to. And then you can see he did that for each of these. And you'll also notice on these pages, he also has artifacts that he included here, and he does do references. Typically I do APA, but we'll accept really any form of references that best fit your field and the work that you do. And you can see, so he did this in all of these cases. And so this is what a website looks like in the end, and this is about the appropriate length. It should, again, be long enough that we really are able to understand some important things and explains the work you've done and shows what you've done. And Zach, you can see, had a few extra things here. So the key thing I would have looked for then is Zach's presentation. These are his slides he used. He introduced himself and talked about his degrees, and then he went into explaining the history of the social studies and what it means and his work throughout the field. And so you can kind of see him explaining what the program meant to him. And so what I really like about what Zach did here is he explained his work, and then he was able to talk about the program goals around his work. So he didn't just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through the program goals. He walked us through his work, and then he entered in and discussed the program goals. So that's kind of what a quality, portfolio and presentation will look like. And again, you have about 12 minutes for your presentation, and then we'll take about 3 minutes of questions after that. We are here to support you, so if you need any help in our program, you should reach out to your advisor. You can reach out to other faculty and ask for advice. This isn't a contest where you can't talk to us beforehand. You should draw off the work you have. And one thing you should make sure of is that whatever artifacts you include on your website, make sure that those artifacts are updated in your final versions. In some cases, I've seen people submit ones that clearly should have had some revisions and probably got some feedback in their class. So really make sure that you're paying attention to feedback from your instructors in your classes, and then when you turn in your final artifacts in your portfolio, that they're updated ones that really show the work you've done in the program. Okay, so again, the handbook really goes through a lot of things. You can see the rubric here that we use to see whether you meet expectations, unsatisfactory, recognition of excellence in each of those areas, and then we use this rubric to score. The last thing I just want to talk about is I showed you the specialization advisors. Your advisors are going to be really important in working with you to get updated degree plans to Charla Baker. Charla is the one who you'll submit them to, and anytime you change courses or update it, you need to do that. That needs to be done as early as possible, right when you start your program. And then similarly, when you're looking to graduate, your semester of graduation, you have paperwork to submit then too. So that information is in here, and so it's important early on to plan out your entire program with your advisor and make sure you understand what courses work and what ones don't. And so I'm not going to go through the rest of the handbook. I'm kind of scrolling through it here so you can see there's a little bit more about just some details of very specific topics, and then some ways you can get network and support. And there is scholarship information. Our college does have scholarships you can apply for. I highly recommend that. We have updated our scholarships page recently to make it easier for you to apply for all of them, and there's some contact information there. So I'm here to support you in this process, and we are excited for you in our program. We hope our program helps you grow as an educator, no matter what path you're going into, no matter what your specialization is, so that you can go out and do critical and important work in the world that makes a difference in the lives of children and can help improve school districts to be more equitable, just, and educational places. So thank you for watching this video. No matter where you're at in your program, if you're near the end and you're doing your oral comps and portfolio, please reach out to your advisor or to me if you need any help. And then make sure you keep up with all the other details. We're happy to have you at UNT. Thanks for watching.